Use subsurface graywater irrigation for non-edible ornamental landscaping and keep edible plants completely separate from any graywater flow. For a tiny house on a septic system, start by mapping your plumbing so bathroom and laundry drains can be diverted to a separate graywater line, while kitchen sink and dishwasher wastes remain on the septic path, because kitchen effluent carries fats, oils, food solids, and higher pathogen risk. Install a simple diverter valve and a screened settling basin to capture lint and hair, and then route the clarified water through a coarse sand filter or a 2-inch deep mulch basin before subsurface distribution. Use gravity flow where possible and size lines low to medium to maintain slow, steady seepage. Pressure systems are okay, but add a low-pressure distribution manifold and check valves to prevent backflow to the house. Maintain a program of periodic flushing and manual removal of collected solids from the settling basin every 3 months or as flow slows, and always allow drying time between uses to limit bacterial growth. Test soil nitrate and chloride levels annually and dilute strong graywater with fresh water at roughly 1 part graywater to 2 parts potable water when you detect salt buildup or plant stress. Follow local health department rules for reuse and keep detailed records of what pipes feed the system so future maintenance or property buyers understand the separation between graywater and septic effluent. 3 common mistakes are sending kitchen sink water into the irrigation line, applying graywater to edible crop root zones, or leaving surface ponding that allows human contact. Kitchen water changes the chemical and biological profile of the reuse stream, so prevent that by labeling lines, locking pleated diverters, and performing a dye test to confirm flows. If anyone tries to irrigate vegetables, stop that practice and instead redirect subsurface flows to mulch basins around shrubs and trees, keeping at least 10 feet between distribution zones and edible garden beds, or use physical barriers, like raised beds and impermeable liners. Surface ponding is solved by ensuring proper grade, installing perforated lines at least 4 inches below mulch, and monitoring for odors, which indicate anaerobic conditions needing immediate flushing and increased aerobic exposure. At bighomeprojects.com, we connect homeowners and contractors so people can find local help for designing and installing safe graywater solutions. Our site also hosts a discussion community where we share experiences, ask questions, and trade practical tips about tiny house septic and graywater practices.